Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is another Tacoma video. Before I say anything else, I must say that my local dealer has been fantastic. If you're from Prince Edward Island, it's Summerside Toyota. Everything from purchasing to service has been outstanding, and I can't say a bad thing about them. So I was editing this video and I thought maybe it needed a little bit more explanation. I uploaded a video, the undercarriage of my truck, and it was a rather loud rattle. My truck is a 2017 Tacoma double cab short box 6-speed manual transmission. It took a really long time to get a manual transmission, even though in all of the literature the 6-speed manual transmission is how they draw you in. I think it's because it's $3,000 cheaper. Anyway, I went in for an oil change at my dealer, and I mentioned to them that, hey, I've got this transmission rattle in neutral. So I'm gonna put some cameras under it again, and I'm going to make a lap around the neighborhood where it won't rattle, and then we'll go get a coffee and we'll come back and it will rattle. Let's go. All right, so the first time I did this, I put the camera on here. I don't really see a better place to put it. I think I'd like to have it like here, maybe. All right, that is where we have the camera mounted. And it should be looking at something like that, I hope. Should be. That's what we're gonna do for the back. Yeah. That's the camera I care the least about though. Here we go. Sunglasses. Yep. All right, so I guess this is the control ride, which is just going to be a slow roll under 40 kilometers per hour. Just around my neighborhood, providing nothing falls off. The truck sat all night. And this is usually when things are nice and cold. Now the unfortunate thing, or maybe fortunate for Toyota, is that nearly all of the roads that I was testing this on before have since been paved, which includes my street. All right, here we go. Normally it would rattle now over these little bumps. Here. Cameras are off the truck. Let's go grab a coffee and we'll come back here and test again. We're back after a half-hour drive. Some coffee, and I am back in the neighborhood, and I can confirm that the transmission is now rattling, or whatever it is in there is rattling. May not be the transmission, maybe Maybe it's something else. So we're going to do the same loop we did in the test. And just so everybody knows, the way to replicate this is rolling under 40 kilometers an hour, about 25 miles an hour, I'm going to guess, on a bumpy surface, and either the clutch down or the transmission's not in gear, and that's what replicates the knock. There it is. Wasn't there, and now it is. So there you go, that is the transmission rattle in my 2017 Tacoma TRD Sports 6-speed manual transmission. Check the comments and the video description for any updates, and I'm sure there'll be a video update coming out sometime. Thanks for watching. If your truck has it too, then leave a comment. This is not my first manual transmission. In fact, I've never owned an automatic transmission. I had a 1991 Isuzu Rodeo, 97 Geo Tracker, a 1999 Subaru Impreza, 2004 Honda Element, and the Tacoma was supposed to be the best replacement for it. Available in a manual transmission, had lots of cargo space, was 4-wheel drive, so I bought it. One thing I do have to say is that my local dealer has been fantastic to deal with. They've really worked hard to remedy this rattle, and to me that kind of indicates that this is a problem that they've identified. Like, it shouldn't sound like that. So they replaced the drive shaft and they replaced the transfer case. When those two things didn't work, they put the chassis ears on the transmission, and the chassis ears, what they do is kind of listen inside. They're like microphones you stick to things. They're not like a microphone that you speak into. So they pick up vibrations rather than voice waves, I guess, if I'm explaining it properly. If I'm not, let me know in the YouTube comments. Toyota opted to send a field technician from Ontario to Prince Edward Island. The field technician drove my truck and came to the conclusion that all Tacomas do this, both automatics and manual transmissions, but not as bad as mine. Mine is pretty bad. Having said that, there's no solution. They qualified it as a characteristic of the truck. The characteristic of the truck is strange to me. I have a hard time believing that, because when I get in the truck in the morning and I drive to work, it's perfect. It's tight. It's the truck that I bought. And whenever I got home after work, I'd roll down the hill in neutral or clutch down, what have you, and it would rattle all the way down the hill. So it seems to be getting worse is what concerns me. It's not a condition that has never worsened. It has worsened.